Welcome back to you, music lovers, thrill seekers, conversationalists all across the fruited plain. This is the most listened to radio talk show in America, the Rush Limbaugh program. We are coming to you from the Limbaugh Institute for Advanced Conservative Studies. It's great to be with you. Our telephone number, if you would like to join us, is 800-282-2882. The email address, lrushbaugh@eibnet.com. All right, it's a big day today if you have an Apple iPhone. It's also a big day today if you're unemployed. If you're unemployed, President Barack Obama says today that the fastest way to get you a job is to nationalize health care, single-payer health care. Now, let me ask those of you who are unemployed. Let me amend that. Those of you who are unemployed who don't want to be, those of you who are unemployed who want a job, and you turn on the television or the radio and you hear President Obama says he's thinking about you. But the recession's a bit worse than what he knew because he inherited such a mess. But there's a fast fix for this, and that is health care. We got to get health care spending in line. That will enable you to find a job. Is that going to make you confident? How soon do you think national health care is going to happen? Even if they succeed in passing it, how soon will it be implemented? You want to wait a year for a job? And by the way, the dirty little secret, if they succeed with national health care as Obama and the Democrats want it, you face the prospect of being joined on the unemployment line by even more people, because the incentive for businesses who will be mandated with providing it will be to fire people in order to stay in business. In order to stay in business, they're going to have to lay off more people. Now, anybody with a brain knows this. It's time to start asking, what does Obama really want with all of these programs of his? What is he really trying to accomplish? Is he really trying to put you back to work? Is he really trying to create jobs in a thriving, growing private sector economy? Because if he is, he's the biggest idiot on the face of the earth, because this is not how you do it. If he is trying to do it, and he's not a big idiot, he's doing it on purpose. And if he's doing it on purpose, we need to then ask why. For what purpose would President Obama want to destroy the private sector economy? For what purpose would Barack Obama want to destroy free market economics? Well, there's always the old saw that he wants to return the nation's wealth to its rightful owners. Some have speculated he wants an ever-expanding welfare state with more and more average middle-class people on the government dole, because that's government dominance, that's control, that's statism. I, for one, don't think he's stupid. I think he's been poorly educated. I think he's angry and cold. But IQ-wise, he's not stupid. He's been told. He has been told things as he's grown up and been educated that make the difference between him and Mikhail Gorbachev scant. They both believe in command-control economies because capitalism is unfair. It's unjust. It's immoral. And he's going to straighten that out. So folks, this is dire, what is happening here. We are down to the wire on stopping this. Not saying it can't be rolled back at some point down the road, but if they get national health care, that's going to be tough to undo. And national health care is the single biggest intervention in liberty this government could conceive, because every aspect of your life can be regulated on the theory that it will control costs of health care. Here are some sound bites of President Obama in Washington this afternoon before meeting with his cabinet.
On Friday, we learned that we had lost an additional 345,000 jobs in the month of May. That was far less than was expected, but it's still too many. We're still in the middle of a very deep recession that was years in the making, and that's going to take a considerable amount of time for us.
Stop the tape. And there we have, once again, the unseemly, embarrassing, childish It's his fault. It's his fault. It's his fault. Don't blame me. It's his fault. The middle of a very deep recession, years in the making. I had nothing to do with it. I had nothing to do with these things. Don't blame me. You had everything to do with it, sir. This recession is yours. You have taken what was going wrong and you have amplified it and multiplied it. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, it is crucial to link Obama's plans and actions to his failures. Because now they are becoming apparent. His failures are even admitted by him. They're not called failures, but this cabinet meeting today to ratchet up and speed up stimulus spending is an admission the first stimulus spending didn't work, that TARP didn't work, that the bailouts haven't worked. If we have to speed it up, it hasn't worked. That's the conclusion of logic. He concedes that it's a recession he inherited that now, worse than he even knew. Moving on to the next soundbite.
When we arrived here, we were confronting the most significant recession since the Great Depression.
Stop the tape. Second time he said it in a period of 2 minutes. When we arrived here, we were confronting the most significant recession since the Great Depression. Wrong-o. When he arrived there, the recession of 80, 81, 82 was that depression worse than anything since the Depression. Obama's policies have now led us to a point where we are in the same dire straits we were 25 years ago. Not 45 years ago. Or 60 years ago, whatever, the Great Depression. The man cannot tell the truth. He has to dump on predecessors. All the while his own policies are to blame and are solely responsible for the deteriorating economic circumstances that Americans face today.
It's getting worse. Had we done nothing, I think it's fair to say that most economists believe we could have really gone into a tailspin.
Stop the tape. There's the old famous straw man argument. Nobody ever said, let's do nothing. Nobody said, let's do nothing. What he has done has put us into the tailspin. This is the point that must reverberate coast to coast, town to town, city to city, border to border. What Barack Obama has done, what his administration has done, has put us in the tailspin.
We decided to move swiftly and boldly, and I signed a Recovery Act into law just over 100 days ago, and we've done more than ever, faster than ever, more responsibly than ever to get the gears of the economy moving again.
That's just that's a flat out and out lie, and there is no other way to characterize it. A Recovery Act, we've done more than ever, faster than ever. Yes, to destroy the U.S. economy. If you want to add that, then it's a true statement. Barack Obama has done more than ever, faster than ever, to single-handedly put this economy into a tailspin. And anybody with a brain knows this. You don't need a PhD in economics to understand this. All you need is a pair of eyes. And if you're blind, be able to hear and listen. You can see the tailspin this economy is in precisely because of his moving faster, better, whatever than ever before. Here's the rest of the bite.
Created and saved, as you said, Joe, at least 150,000 jobs.
Do you believe that? We have unemployment at 9.4%. We have lost 600, and 345,000 jobs month to month to month. And they have the audacity to make up a totally contrived figure that cannot be documented of 150,000 jobs saved or created in the midst of 2 million jobs lost. 2 million jobs have been lost since January. He has a meeting today to talk about how great his policies are that created or saved 150,000 jobs.